Hello, boys. Hi. Hello. Hi. How's it going? We're starting off with some calf raises, 450 pounds. Got some freaking horseshoes implanted in my calves, it appears. I'm really starting to dig that look, guys. And it's more motivation to train calves. You know, I used to think that, I'm getting calf activation doing squats. I'm getting getting calf activation doing leg press, all this other stuff. And in reality, what's it going to freaking hurt if you work calves, You're going to get veiny calves. Like as I'm recording this, frick, my fan is blowing in my microphone. Sorry. As I am recording this audio, I'm literally staring at the veins shooting through my calves right now. Good freaking feeling, to say the least. I felt freaking weird today at the gym. I don't know why. I felt like super overstimulated. I think it was because I had a 5-hour energy, and like I've said kind of previously and recently it's caffeine. Excuse me. Caffeine has been having the kind of opposite effect. It makes me not want to be a nice person and socialize with people and be courteous, But, it's not a big deal. It's fine. Everything's good. These leg extensions felt like freaking butter today. Last leg day, I was like fighting with them. But yeah, today I was just flinging around the stack. No problem. And surprise, surprise, my knees were killing me today. Told my trainer about that. And he gave me two options. He said, thickless, nickless, frickless. All right. Thick, okay? Thickless. What do you want to... You either can bump down the volume, okay? Or one leg day a week. And at first I said, let's go one leg day a week. And then I sat on that thought. And then I was like, no. Because what if I train legs, come back a week later, train legs again, and I'm not able to put up the same amount of numbers, which is probably going to likely be the case if I'm only training legs once a week. Because I've noticed, and what I've heard as well, training legs once a week, you're maintaining strength. Training legs twice a week, you're gaining strength. So I don't really want to freaking gamble with that. I'm not willing to do that wager, But here we got hack squats, 5.5 plates on each side. I think it comes out to be like, I think it comes out to be like 560, I want to say. Because the hack squat machine weighs, I think, 55 pounds with no weights, with nothing loaded on it, when it's at a 30-degree angle, which is what I have it set at right now. I like to do 30-degree angle. 30-degree slope, 30-degree angle, that's usually what I like to go for. And yeah, I'm trying to loosen up my knee, my right knee. It's always killing me. My camera's inverted, so it looks like it was my left knee. But it was my right knee. Yeah, so I didn't really squash any numbers, break any records today. It's whatever. However, my legs and what I've been complaining about was how small my quads look. My quads have been looking bigger recently. I've been carb maxing, as my title of my last video. I've been eating so many more carbs. Lots of potatoes, lots of rice, lots of orange juice with salt in it for the electrolytes. Like, bruh, my pre-workout meal is literally just 2 cups of orange juice with salt in it. Like a little bit of salt in it, not too much. And that's helping a lot. It's giving me like a filled out look. It's giving me energy. However, with the carb increase, we bumped my protein down, which I think is still a good thing. It's still a good thing because, a lot of people, when you talk about your meal plan or whatever, how much protein are you getting, bro? You definitely, you want to eat a lot of protein, but a lot of people sleep on the carbs. Because they're equally as important. I would argue more important. I would say they're more importanter. They're more importanter. Yeah. So tomorrow, and I originally said I only wanted to hit legs once a week, so I could just, instead of doing a leg day, I would sub in a push day for it, and I could be hitting chest twice a week. Different angle right here. Twice a week, I'm sorry. Like 3 or 4 times a week, actually, is what I meant to say. We got only 5 plates on here. Working through it, baby. and I did not do, I mean, I talked about it in my rant after this, but I did not do pendulum squat today, and I only did one set of lunges just because the freaking knees were killing me. Yeah, but I'm really, since I've upped my carbs and I've upped my gear dose, I've noticed that my pushing muscles, my chest, my shoulders, most of my chest and shoulders are the first thing that I've noticed that are getting stronger and more filled out. Because usually I'm a post-exterior chain guy. My back is my strong point. I am really good at picking up heavy things. Okay, and I only recorded one set of this because some fellows were on the machine next to me, and I didn't want to be rude. But yeah, I changed up my strategy with this. I lean forward now and kind of like lean into it, and it feels a lot better. And this is really good for opening up your hips, stretching out your hips, and getting flexible and mobile. But yeah, guys, this is about to be the end of the workout, and I got some stuff to say on camera, so peace out. What's going on, fellas? How's it going? Ah! Today we hit a pretty freaking good leg day, and I didn't do any pendulum squat because my knees are just killing me, guys. This is a reoccurring problem, and there's this guy there, and my right knee specifically is giving me a bunch of issues, a bunch of trouble. And he says, okay, we don't have knee braces, but we have these straps that you can put on. And I tried putting it on. He was like, nah, you need someone else to do it. So he put it on for me. Dude put it on so tight, my leg was completely stiff. Like, I get it's supposed to be tight, but I was like, okay, the purpose I'm putting these on is so it'll take the pain away and put a frick ton of compression on my knee, but I need to be mobile at the same time. So before everyone comments, well, that's the point of it. It's supposed to be tight. Brother, I couldn't even freaking squat down. I couldn't even stretch my legs out. I had no mobility. And guess what workout I was doing? Lunges. Heavy dumbbell lunges. So I specifically need mobility for that. And I appreciate the guy helping me out with that. But he put it on the guy was very strong. I've seen videos of him deadlifting 8.5 plates. And I took it off, and like my calf was like cramped up. I'm like, why was that so tight? I was like laughing when he's putting it on. I was like, holy shit, dude, like this is so tight. And he's like, oh, okay, well, we'll take it off. I'm like, yeah, bro, this is too much. Thank you anyways, though. But so I ended up taking it off, but I got to do something, dude. I got to do something. I talked to my trainer. I don't know if that something means like taking my last exercise, which is 2 sets of lunges, taking that off. And it's funny because last video I talked about how there's such thing as too much volume. And you usually see it with a lot of guys who are new to lifting. They come up with a workout program, and they go to the gym and they start doing it. It's like, oh, I want to get stronger, so I need to do, like, if it's leg day, I need to do like 10 different exercises for my legs. It's like, no. I mean, I'm doing like 7, which is definitely on the higher end of exercises. But the volume for each exercise is on like 2 sets. 2 sets, bro. That's it. Actually, no, like 3 sets, actually. So it is a little higher. I've been seeing, I don't even know if I've been seeing results, honestly. And I haven't been doing it that long. I've only been doing this certain leg day for like 5 weeks. So it's going to take some time. But yeah, so it is like frustrating, and it's not just only my knee. My knee feels like tight and like unstable, my right knee. Right now as I'm walking around, I'm kind of feeling like soreness in my ankle as well, my right ankle, which I'm assuming will go away. And also I have BPC 157. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, for that. Jay told me I should order that if my lifts are going to be going up a lot. And I mean, I don't know how I do that I wouldn't do it for my ankle. I mean, because you have to inject it at the site of an injury, and there's no freaking tissue or anything on your ankle. So I'm already jumping to conclusions that, Lord willing, that won't have to happen. I won't have to deal with any more issues with my ankle. I don't even have any issues. It's just kind of rattly and clicky feeling right now. But my legs feel very tight right now. I need a freaking stretch, or at least I need a stretch or I need to do cycling in my basement. Because cycling, I have found, I'm a bigger guy, 6'7" retarded guy, all right? And I have bad knees, and I find that cycling, it helps with that. It's very therapeutic for sore knees. So just a quick shout out to cycling. Don't be afraid to give it a shot, and it's good to do after your workouts, if it's especially leg day. Oh, I got heartburn. I've been drinking lots of orange juice, guys. Orange juice with a pinch of salt for my workouts. Coach Nick, I have a coach. Good name, awesome name, best name, and I've seen a lot of names. Who was that? That was Donald Trump. I'm trying to practice. I'm watching Shane Gillis. He gave a tutorial on how to do a Trump impression. It's pretty freaking funny. I'm not that good at it, though. But yeah, guys, this freaking... and also... notification. One of the guys who works there, Soup, shout out Soup, bro. Yeah. He was telling me, he was like, well, I was telling him about issues with my legs and stuff. I was talking to him at the front desk, and he was like, you ever heard of a rest day? And I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea. So it's kind of, put things into perspective. Just thinking about, like, longevity-wise, bro. Like, definitely go hard. Go very hard. Train hard. Go all out. But, like, there's going to be... I don't know. I almost want to say, like, if you do it every leg day, if you just kill yourself every leg day with so much effort, like, I mean, the risk of injury does rise. It does rise. Should that change the way and the style and how you train? I don't really know if that's for me to answer. I think it really depends on the individual. Answering for myself, I think it can. Answering for myself, I think it does play an effect on my performance. I have also noticed, though, when I take a rest day, days that I seem to be stagnant with my lifts and my numbers, or days that I might do one rep less of a certain weight, they usually tend to fall after a rest day. And I don't know, because I do push-pull legs, right? So push movements one day, pull movements next day, and then legs the third day. And then, all right, say it's a pull day where I deadlift, okay? And then I deadlift, I have that pull day where I deadlift, and the next day I take a rest day, because then after that is legs. I don't want to hit, like, legs right after I deadlift. And then I hit legs that day, and then I go back to chest. There's been, pull, legs, rest day. Pull. It's been 4, if I take a rest day, it makes it so there's a 4-day gap, a 3-day gap. 3 days in between my push days. And I think that's a little too much. That is a little too much. I think it's a balance of figuring out how to space it out without losing strength, but also you have to space out at the same time sometimes when it comes to some lifts, because let's be honest, guys, like, that risk of injury just completely goes up. And I guess that really shows you how important it is to recover. And I guess stretch. I feel like if you stretch, and if you're eating a lot of, you're hitting your carbs every day, and I say carbs because they're very important, but you're drinking a lot of water, eating your carbs. I feel like if you take your recovery seriously, it'll make the risks of injury go down. That's for sure. So again, I think it's an individual thing. Everyone differs, but it's just something I'm kind of tussling with right now. And I'm talking about my trainers. Nick, actually, my coach Nick, he is new. So I am getting Jay, who's been my trainer for the past, year and a half. I'm getting his perspective from everything that's going on in my training, diet, and cycle that I take and whatever. And I'm also getting Coach Nick's perspective, which is freaking awesome. I'm very happy I have 2 coaches now who can tell me different things. Maybe one of them might see one thing, then the other one's missing, and then vice versa, It's very important, guys. I would say don't listen to people on the internet. You know, that's how I started. I started taking SARMs. I started looking up on freaking Reddit posts. More plates, more dates. I mean, more plates, more dates is great. All those guys are great. Not knocking any of these guys. More plates, more dates, great. Is a great guy, very smart and intelligent, respectable man. All these guys, great advice. Jeff Nipper, great advice. Eric Bugenhagen, I talk about him a lot, great advice. But the problem with that is everyone's different. So they can give you some advice and it might not apply to you. That's why it's important to get an in-person coach or a coach over the internet. Or just to get a coach because it's important, because you talk to them and you send them check-ins, like pictures of yourself. You tell them your weight, you tell them your height, you tell them your situation, how you like to train, how long you've been training for, what you like to eat, and you be honest with them about if you're eating cheat meals. You need to be honest with them, bro, because if you're not being honest with your coaches, and I understand why some people don't want to be honest, because their coach might yell at them, and it's like, all right, but your coach is yelling at you or reprimanding you because you tell them when you sign up with your coach your goal, and their mission is to help you reach that goal. So if you're eating shit and you're not following your diet, they're gonna be like, what are you doing, bro? Come on. Like, it's only hurting you if you're not telling your coach, because they won't know if you don't tell them. It goes back to what I was saying. So important. Get a coach. I mean, coaches are very expensive nowadays, but let's be honest. If you're willing to spend $100 on weed or $100 on going out and getting drinks every week, stop doing that shit and get a coach instead. It's gonna be worth it. You know, you can definitely manage your savings, manage your financial situation to the point where you can get a coach, because like I said, they need to see you as an individual and figure out, okay, well, you know, these guys on the internet, they can tell you how you should train, but maybe the coach, you'll get to know him personally, and he'll get to know you personally, and he'll see that, okay, I feel like this is the best way, and he'll get your blood work and everything, and that's huge if you're going to take gear. When I hopped on SARMs like 2 years, I'm going on 3 years ago, and I stayed on a heavy cycle of SARMs for a year straight, I never had got my blood work taken. Never. And by the time I was put onto my coach, we met each other and we had our first phone call. He was like, bro, get your blood work done. Send it to me. I was like, okay, cool. I got my blood work done, sent it to him. He gave me terrible news. He's like, this is the worst blood work I've ever seen in my life. And I was 6'7" and 320 something pounds. I was very fat and very unhealthy. Because you're not supposed to take SARMs, I guess, for a year straight and eat 8,000 calories a day. He was telling me, he's like, Nick, you were like flying really close to the sun there. And then, you know, I hopped on TRT and freaking started focusing on health and had to lose like 70 pounds. That's what a lot of guys get wrong too. It's like guys that have the dad body, or guys, I was just starting to say, that's what a lot of guys get wrong. Guys that have a dad bod, or guys that have, you know, more fluff in the middle and smaller arms, and they want to improve that. A lot of them will like, damn, bro, this is frustrating. Okay, you know what? Instead of cutting down weight and making it so you can see, close my door, making it so you can see my muscles and see my abs, let me just freaking pound calories and try to get that full look. And what that's going to do is make you look like shit and make you feel terrible. That's the opposite of what you should do. Freaking, you hate to hear it, but cut down to a weight, and that weight might be a weight you were when you were a teenager, all right? Don't take it too seriously. Don't get freaked out by that. The scale is a freaking tool, okay? I'm just reiterating what Brandon Clark said, all right? But it's the truth, bro. It's the truth, bro. It's the truth, bro. You know? You can use the scale to help you, not discourage you, okay? Yeah, I mean, I think I got my point across. I got the message across. There were a lot of messages that I just rambled off the top of my head in the past 12, 15 minutes. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully the lift or whatever was somewhat entertaining. And yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and Jesus loves you. Peace out.